If you've seen at least 3 of my videos, it's pretty likely that you know Doflamingo is my favorite character in all of One Piece. Because of this, I surely wanted him to be involved in one of my first 3 chess videos, and I thought that he fit in as a piece considering the events that took place during Reverie, where we saw him in Impelled Down, assuming an assassin was coming for him because he, as he said, was aware of the secrets within Marijua. Since he was first introduced, he has been built up to be more and more powerful than we anticipate, which is pretty amazing considering the first thing we see him do is take control of someone, but every time we see him, we learn that he's even more important and powerful of a character since the last time we had seen him. He goes from being able to control people to running the slave trade and then just ditching the whole thing because he said he had better things to do, to one-shotting a powerful giant with no explanation as to how he did it, to running this new Smiles trade, to literally being a member of the faction with the most political power in the entire world, to finally being this completely physically overpowered badass that seems practically unkillable. Then after he is defeated, we think it's all over. Well, at least some people did. I, as a true believer, figured considering his ridiculous position in the story up until this point that he would have to be relevant in the future in some capacity, but I have to admit that even I didn't anticipate he would return this quickly. When we had the little flash over to him in Reverie, it seemed pretty clear to me that he was going to become important in the story later somehow. Whether he got out of Impelled Down or what, I wasn't sure, but something has happened in the last 36 hours that caused me to do some thinking, and I can now say that I have stumbled upon a revelation that completely changes the way I am looking at the future of this character at this point. So yes, as the title suggests, Dofi is in no subtle way referenced as the dark parallel of the Christian Son of God, Jesus Christ. Yes, okay, I know that sounds really strange considering the Christian God is supposed to be benevolent, but I'm saying that Dofi has been shown to have many experiences in his story that is nearly identical to Jesus, but instead of living his life as the Messiah in order to save the world by forgiving the sins of man, he has taken his experience in quite a different way and has instead decided to do the opposite and, in his own words, destroy everything. And the reason this is worth it is because there is still one part of Jesus' story that Dofi has not experienced yet, and that is the crucial chess piece we will be discussing here. At the start of his life, Dofi was brought up in the Holy Land of Marijua as a celestial dragon who has been described as the direct descendant of the gods. He descended down to Earth where, because he tells people that he is in fact a god, he is hated and persecuted until he is alongside 2 other people literally being crucified. I mean, technically it wasn't the typical crucifixion with the cross, but effectively it was the same. Of course he survives this, but that's beside the point with what comes next. He is then surrounded by 12, and yes, 12, that is a very important number, people that believe and tell him that he has a birthright and was destined to be the true king of the world. And interestingly enough, one of these 12 individuals conspires against him and ends up becoming the reason for his downfall, which leads him to where we have him now in Impelled Down. If you're extremely unfamiliar with the life of Jesus, basically Jesus was self-described to be the Son of God, and because of this specifically, he was crucified. This was possible because of the 12 closest followers of Jesus known as the Apostles. One of them, namely Judas, betrayed him and conspired to have him taken in by the government. So in this case, Dofi is Jesus, the family at Spider Miles is the 12 Apostles, and Corazon is Judas. It's also worth noting that Dofi on multiple occasions at this point has referred to himself as a god. So with all of this in mind, what does this say about the future of Dofi in the story? Well, the reason that Jesus created such a massive following after his death is the final part of his story, his resurrection and ascension. After being dead for 3 days, according to the Christian belief, he was resurrected and ascended to heaven. If Dofi is supposed to be this dark parallel to Jesus, he still needs to have his resurrection. Corazon, after many years, was able to put him in chains, but as far as I'm concerned, he's not done yet. I already thought he would return, but this flash to him in Reverie made it even more obvious. It's also possible that because of this ridiculous knowledge he possesses concerning the celestial dragons, that someone may want to break him out to accomplish something. And what exactly does Dofi want at this point? As he explained to Luffy and Law, because of them refusing to return the power that was rightfully his, he wanted to destroy everything the Seedies controlled in order to spite them. In other words, his primary goal is to destroy the celestial dragons. Who seems to have the primary goal of destroying the celestial dragons? Oh man, gee, I don't know. Who is it I'm thinking of? Oh yeah, it's Dragon. That's right, it's Dragon's entire purpose. Dragon has become one of the most mysterious characters in One Piece since the very beginning, where he appeared out of seemingly nowhere to save Luffy. What his abilities and powers are have always been a popular topic of discussion, and the most popular has always been that he has some kind of wind type of power. Logia users are able to transform their bodies into their respective substance, and as Sabo described it, he actually is fire. Now, as viewers, we are generally able to see wind drawn in or animated, but realistically, you can't actually see it, and assuming it's moving at a reasonable pace, it would basically be undetectable. If there is anyone built for soloing an impelled down breakout, it's Dragon. Dofi seemed to think that somebody was coming for him. Of course, he believed it to be an assassin, but that's a fair assumption. And what better time for somebody to hatch a prison break than during the Reverie, the time emphasized to be when the world is most vulnerable because all naval forces are stationed at Marijois. Besides Magellan, Impelled Down is basically naked and isn't going to be receiving reinforcements. Speaking of Reverie, we've gotten a good look at all the big Revolutionary Army characters during that arc, but somebody important was missing. Somebody by the name of Monkey D. Dragon was missing, which is awfully weird, considering he is the leader of the Revolutionary Army and undoubtedly the strongest asset they could have in the battle that just took place there. It's almost like he had to be doing something else more important during a rare opportunity. You better thank yourself, Dofi, because you are about to be resurrected by the most actually godlike creature in One Piece to date. Besides Emu, I guess. Well, whatever. So then the question is, what will happen after Dofi returns to the story? Like I said, I think if Dragon or whoever breaks him out, their main interest is going to be the amount of damage he can do to the government, particularly in the form of the information he holds. I would think that this person would probably be most concerned with the well-being of this world, and, you know, Dofi being the monster that he is, he doesn't really want to let Dofi go. But in order to get this information from Dofi, they would need to give him the assurance that he would be freed thereafter. And it's not like Dofi would be that untrusting, considering that he doesn't actually mind giving away the information. He also wants to see the downfall of the CDs, and he just wants to be freed. So, in conclusion, my prediction for how this will affect the story is that somebody, most likely Dragon, is going to obtain the information that Dofi has on the secret treasure of Marijois and use that for the endgame of One Piece. And Dofi is going to be returned to the plot of One Piece. Maybe he'll make a beeline for Marijois and see how big of a kill streak he can get before he's killed, since I guess he does need to make his ascension, right? But that seems unlikely to me. If I had to guess, I would say he would probably pick up some kind of Aokiji-like status in the story where he's doing stuff that's really unclear and we don't know what his motives are. So that's pretty much it as far as this chess piece goes. I'm not sure exactly what the result of Dofi's inevitable resurrection will be, but I think that the evidence for it is pretty solid. If you enjoyed this video, remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Remember to leave me a comment letting me know what you thought about this video. I have a feeling that this video is going to be kind of far out there for most people. A lot of people have different opinions on Dofi. Either you love him or you hate him, and the people that hate him probably don't really want him back in the story and may think that I'm kind of biased on this, but I think the evidence really is there. He clearly is being compared to Jesus in the story, and he is missing that part. I would be much more hoping for arguments against what I said the result of that would be, or if Dragon's going to be a part of that or whatever, like how it would happen. I think it's definitely going to happen. It's just how exactly it will and what that will cause to happen, I'm not quite sure. I have my ideas, and as you can see, they're pretty interesting, but I'm not exactly sure. So do make sure to let me know what you guys think. I want to hear if you guys have any cool theories that maybe are in line with what I'm saying. Maybe there's even more obvious way for him to be resurrected. Maybe I kind of made some kind of light bulb go on in your head. Also, if you have not done so, make sure to check the link in the description for my Discord. My Discord has a lot of people, we're up to like 1,200 people or something, and it is a great time. We talk about One Piece theories, One Piece power scaling, whatnot, different anime too. I don't only do One Piece on this channel, and I most certainly don't on my Discord. In fact, I would say a lot of people in my Discord aren't even the biggest fans of One Piece. They just enjoy my Discord for whatever reason. So if you've not done that, make sure to at least give that a look. A lot of people seem to enjoy it, and I love having you guys there. I love interacting with you guys in the Discord, so make sure to check that link if you have not done so. With that all being said, I hope you guys have an excellent rest of your day, a great end to your weekend, and I'll talk to you on Wednesday.